Welcome to the Showcase Pod. I'm your host, Chris Blackheart. No Don Vega, Vega free, but what is better than Don Vega? The other half of Puerto Rico's most wanted, Alexraided. Alex, so glad to have you. We are on location today from the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center.
Our new, renovated Showcase Promotion Training Center. Renovated.
At 87%, we're almost there. We'll be fully 100% when we come back here in July 20th. We return to Woonsocket. With that being said, Alex, this episode is all about you.
Oh.
All about
Like
you.
that.
I know being one half of a tag team with your partner Don Vega, it's not always about you. I've tagged with them for many years. But today, it's all about you.
The first time? Help me.
First time in a long time is about you. It's about your story, how you got here, how you grew up, how you got in the wrestling business, how you met Don Vega, how you met Showcase, how you met me. Now I think I know some of the stories, but like everything else, let's educate the fans.
Yep.
I want them to love you or hate you, either way.
Now, first of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me to the show.
You are welcome.
I listen to the podcast, always share it. Remember, guys, share the podcast. There's a box on the bottom. Just make some comments, questions they're gonna ask me or future wrestler that comes over here. And once again, thank you for having me over here. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. And Vega, no matter what they say, I love you, bro. Puerto Rico Most Wanted, one of the longest tag team champions around here. So, what else we can say about Don Vega?
All right. So normally when we have a guest, Mr. Vega likes going. What got you into pro wrestling? What was it like as being a little Alex? When's the first time you got bit by the wrestling bug?
It was very funny. I want to say all my life I've been in love with the wrestling business. I remember my dad was telling me a story when I was 3 years old. They never told me how I did it. They always told me the story about how I reopened some stitches that I have in my forehead. My dad was telling me that we were watching wrestling and the head shrinkers was like headbutting everybody. And my dad told me that I saw a table and I was like imitating them and I'm going like, hey daddy, look, I can do the same thing. And I smashed my head into that table. My dad called my mom. We went to the hospital and they took three stitches in my forehead. Ever since then, my dad told me I always love wrestling no matter what. That they can put me cartoons, they put everything, but as soon as I saw wrestling, I was just captivated by the wrestling business. And it's my blood. I want to say I love the business. I respect the business. I sleep, dream, repeat this business. It's something that it's part of me. Like people that know me, they don't know me because of Alex. They know me, oh, the guy that loves wrestling everywhere I go.
So when you were growing up, did you grow up in the States? Did you grow up in Puerto Rico?
I'm full Puerto Rican. I was born in Kansas City. My dad was in the military. And when I went to Puerto Rico at 3 years old, and all my life I was in Puerto Rico until 10 years ago that I decided to come over here to the States, have a better life, and one of the best decisions I ever made, even though I miss my island because I love Puerto Rico, but the economy over there is very bad. It's very bad. I missed my friends of wrestling. One of my tag team partners in Puerto Rico, Cornelius, Papi, te amo. I had a great time in Puerto Rico in the wrestling business. Like the wrestling business in Puerto Rico, a lot of fans over here don't know that a lot of the wrestlers that wrestled WWE, back in WCW and all over, the first place they sent it is Puerto Rico to the Carlos Colon, aka Carlito Carrillo and Codas Company. That was like the platform of all the wrestlers. If you want to make it in the business, you have to send it to Puerto Rico, and that was your biggest test right there.
Ironically, that territory, some of it has changed. As we know, WWE kind of doesn't do that for them there anymore. They send them down to Florida so they can kind of, I don't want to say make them out of a box, but redefine it how they want them to be presented on TV. But back in the 80s, even in the 90s, that's what they did.
Puerto Rico was basically like the NXT of WWE, let's put it that way. Ric Flair, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, all of them went to Puerto Rico, and they always said the same thing. If you don't make it with the Puerto Rican crowd, you're not going to make it nowhere, because not for nothing, I respect every crowd, but the Puerto Rican fans are very hardcore Puerto Rican. They will love you or hate you in an instant of a minute.
Now, we say love you or hate you. Now, a lot of people don't understand this. In the States, you know, there's a certain way that you like and you cheer, but down in Puerto Rico,
Yes.
A little bit different. Why don't you give people a better impression of how the Puerto Rican fans love and hate their fans? So if they love the fans, what do?
Oh my God, if they love the fan, you will see the love, the support, the screaming, the signs, and everything. I'm going to give you a better example. Conan, everybody knows Conan, aka in WCW K-Dog. He was a very, very big babyface in Puerto Rico. Oh my God. People used to love Conan, Conan here, Conan here, the guy from Mexico. There was an angle in Puerto Rico that he was going to declare his love to Carlos Colon's daughter. You can look it up on YouTube. The whole stadium was packed up, it was full, everything. Out of nowhere, he was gonna sing a Mexican song to her. He picked up the guitar, he smashed that guitar in that lady's head. You can see her bleeding. The story's there, you can see. It's on YouTube and everything, guys, you can look it up. They have to wait 2 hours to get him out of the stadium. People wanted to kill that person. They have to come security. Everything have to come to take that guy out. Because like I said, they love you, they go on and beyond. They hate you, they're gonna do everything in their power to hate you. There was another person also, Chiqui Star, one of the greatest heels in Puerto Rico. Recently in a podcast, he said, I was hiding in my house over 15 years. I just go to wrestle and that's it. People used to hate that guy so bad. They see him on the street, they used to argue and all that kind of stuff. He was the character, the passion that guy loved being a heel, that he make people believe like, I'm a real ASS. So they love you, they will go all and beyond for you, they will cheer for you, they will go to every match just to see you. They hate you, they're gonna make sure that you feel that hate towards you. I'm telling you, it's...
I think you're being, I've heard stories of things being thrown.
Yes.
In this water bottle.
Oh.
That is not water.
Oh, you know a funny one?
No.
Back in Puerto Rico, when I started this business, I thought I knew everything. I was kind of
every young kid thinks they know everything in the business.
I was one of them. I was a little bit cocky. My mom didn't like going to my shows. My mom didn't like going to my shows. The daughter of the mom of my daughter did not like to go to my show because they were like, when you go to those ropes, you're a different person. And you know how many rocks, how many bottles of water, to put like that, it was actually pee. How many people insulted me, all the stuff that was through at me. There's been a few people that security had to like push them back. I was in this business, I was like kind of cocky. I think I knew everything. I thought I was like immortal. Then I realized when I was growing up, I'm like, yeah, no, but they were used to throw rocks, pee, beers, and name it. I'm never gonna forget that all the men was face to face with me saying, I'm gonna knock you out. And I started laughing. I'm like, first of all, he was drunk as hell. And I told security, if you don't take it out of here and he swings at me, I'm gonna knock him out. And I think looking back, I was like, it was just the arrogance. And that's what I'm gonna talk to a lot of these guys when I come to practice, to be a little bit humble and listen, because I was one of those kids and I grew up out of it. And the best thing I learned in this business is just listen to the other people and just take it or don't take it, but just humble yourself and listen what they have to say to you, because you may like it, you may not, but at the end of the day, wrestling is wrestling.
Right, so we went from Alex watching the head shrinkers, headbutting the table, to Alex getting in fights with the fans. What's in between there? Was there, like, when you were growing up and you started getting in the business, was there a school you went to or promotion? Tell us that story.
I apologize, I jumped in.
No.
When I talk to wrestling, I get so involved that...
No, it's another one.
Funny thing is, I started like everybody started, playing with their brothers. My big brother was very helpful. Even my brother was like my big brother and I are very different. He can watch any type of sport, sit down, study it. I cannot sit down and watch sport because I'm the one that do it. He watch it and I do it. It was the same thing with wrestling. He used to sit down, watch the wrestling. No, I was the one that always wanted to do wrestling. And my big brother, I remember we used to play around. He used to tell me, oh, cut this promo, do this and do that. We had that little chemistry between us. It was very hard back then to find a wrestling school. I remember I went out with my mom and we went to this boardwalk. There was music and they were promoting oh, we're gonna have one day. It's gonna be Ricky Banderas, aka Mil Muertes. He's gonna have a school of wrestling, so it's gonna show up, and that was one of my biggest fan wrestlers. I was like very fan of Ricky Banderas, and I told my mom, I would like to go to that, but my mom didn't have that kind of money. My mom told me, do you really want to go? I'm like, Mom, yes, I would do wherever. I really want to get into the business, and especially with Ricky Banderas. My mom told me, okay, I'm going to take a few money out. I don't want you to quit. I'm going to give you your first stop, your first money. Go with it and let me know. That night before, I could not sleep. It was like a kid waiting for Christmas. I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I went there. I was the first person there. They say I was Puerto Rican, came late to everywhere. I'm one of those, but that day.
Remind me to ask you that question coming up.
Yeah. So that day, I was the first person there. And I was so excited. I was like, this is my moment. As soon as I stepped into that ring, it was like, I belong here. This is it. This is my world. After that, I took the first bump. It hurt like hell, let me tell you that. Because the next day after we do the drill, we did everything, Ricky Mandela asked me, hey, what company do you work for? Because there was a lot of indie guys that went there to take the knowledge and everything. I told him, no, this is the first time I get into the ring. This is the first time I take a bump. I didn't know nothing about that, just what I watched on TV. And I'm never going to forget when he told me, don't stop, you got talent, because for the first time that you're doing all this and you didn't quit, kid, you have talent. I'm going to tell you guys, this is not an easy business. The next day, I remember I was screaming to my mom, please help me get out of bed. I couldn't move. My mom told me what's going on. I'm like, Mom, practice yesterday, kick my booty. Like, it was hard. Like, people think, oh, you guys fall off on a little mat. It's 2x4 underneath those rings. And it's not fun to fall on that, but that's what we come for training for. I remember that first day I went, the next day I couldn't wake up. After that, it was a few months that I waited, and there was the other company that started opening. It was with Bolo de Rebuldo. It's one of the greatest hardcore wrestlers in Puerto Rico. He learned that from Bruiser Brody. He learned that from Abdullah the Butcher. And you guys can look it up on YouTube, Bolo de Rebuldo. That guy was very hardcore. And the school that I went to, I have to walk from my house because I didn't have a car. That was a sacrifice I made. Walking from my house, an hour and 40 minutes, train for 3 hours, then walk it at 8 or 9 o'clock at night when the show was finished, walk back all the way to my house. When my mom, the first time, she told me, oh, I can take you today after a year and a half. Let me take you because it's raining. When my mom saw when I was practicing, all the sacrifice I made to me, she was like, you really want to do this?
She kind of got it.
She was like, I can tell you really want to do it because to walk all of this, and there was like a big 20-minute hill I have to walk. And I think that was the best time when my cardio was on point. Because walking all that, training, and then coming back, oh my God, amazing. I was like 150 pounds. Imagine, I was skinny. Very, very skinny, but I trained every single day. It was from Monday to Friday, Saturday, and like I said, I see a lot of these kids come over here and want to do a lot of stuff. When I went to practice, it was like a listen, pay attention, and no joking around. Because I see a bunch of the guys just come here and just, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, this is a drill. This is what I'm going to do. And honestly, I want to say thank you to him. Thank you to Cornelius, my tag team partner, and a bunch of the guys that helped me during those times. Because what you see on TV is not what you actually do here. Because it takes a lot of discipline to get into this business. And in that school, I got a lot of discipline over there in Puerto Rico.
What do you mean a lot of discipline?
It's,
You did a lot of rolls? Was there a lot of, I mean, what year was this when you started?
I want to say it was 2008 or 9.
All right, so yeah, no, and the reason I ask that, because training has changed and evolved because the people who train are different. And when I started in 97, a little bit different than, 07, some methods of training.
Yeah. You know what the problem is lately? When I started training, they always told me the same thing, and I'm gonna tell this to everybody.
Mhm.
If you the first time going to a ring or any locker room, anywhere, just keep your mouth shut, say hi to everybody, listen what they have to do.
Mhm.
I see some of these kids that come over here, I wanna do this, I wanna do that. No.
No.
We have a drill, that's what training is for. Yes, after training you can do all the stuff you want, but people think that as soon as they come over here and they pay the fee, they pay everything, they're entitled to a bunch of stuff. No, I pay weekly, I do my sacrifice, and I took out the ring, set up the ring, did everything. I see kids over here that they think they deserve everything. Like I said, I was that kid at one point, but I learned through times, and it takes a lot of discipline because it takes wrestling. Yeah, it's good on TV, everything, but the sacrifice you have to make about, first of all, paying it. If you don't have a job and everything, paying it is hard. Coming to training, working out, doing your cardio, setting up your gear, because that's another thing. I see a lot of people that don't take care of their gear, don't look presentable. I'm the kind of person that I like my gear to be on point, everything, because people, when they go see your show, they're paying a ticket to go see you. And if you don't look presentable, that's the person not gonna go to you. That's part of being disciplined also, because in Puerto Rico, I had the bad habit of, I was gonna put some short t-shirt and that's it. And they look like slop.
At that time, we had the problem in the U.S. independent scene too. And it is ironic that geographically it's different, but the problems are the same. Because what you said, when people come in, at least to our training center, 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 6:30, 9:30, one of the first things we tell them is, open your ears and close your mouth. Because you're gonna, and to this day, and I tell people, you're gonna learn more and get more opportunities by listening than you are by speaking. Because it's not what you say, it's not how people say you say it. And some days, people come in, it's usually, I say kids, because I'm 51 years old, so everyone's a kid to me, that it's the excitement is real. I like the fact that the excitement and the passion, but it gets that during the transition from being that fan to being that person who wants to be in the business. And some days that transition is a lost time. Some people pick it up really quick. Some people a little more slow. It's like, I have people just like me, right? And then, we all like wrestling, but it's not a fantasy fan camp to book the next 3 WrestleMania is going to be. You have to be passionate about pro wrestling, but you also have to start making a transition of learning. Part of it is exactly what you said, being in the ring, taking your bumps, building the foundation. The other half of it, everything builds into that sacrifice. You got to do outside. You got to be, you got to be at the gym. You got to get in condition. And then the third part, which a lot of you forget, is you're just not going to be watching wrestling. You're going to be studying it. Some days that's a big transition too, because we give people homework. It was a podcast, or it's a wrestler. It's like we're starting to do some tag team work. So we have people watch different matches, different tag teams, and is seeing why they're doing it and how they're doing it, not just being in awe because it's happening. So those aspects of training is difficult, and not everybody makes it. Like, I don't know about you, but when I first started, no one told you that. No one said, "Hey kid, shut your mouth, sit over there, grab your notebook, watch what's going on." They didn't do that. It was more, let's see, the kid's gonna make it. And usually, I don't know about you, but when we had people that came into the school and they would talk about their gimmick name and they're talking about their gear, and they had, back then airbrushing was big, and they were talking about the stuff getting airbrushed. And back then I knew it, I'm like, this kid probably not gonna be here for a while. And usually around the 30-day mark, or the next payment was due, the kid was out because he was worrying more about the aesthetics of the business instead of building the foundation. And I don't know about you, but if you never thought of quitting, you're not doing it right. And I tell that people all the time, because wrestling's tough. The sacrifice is real. Like if I had to tell the kids nowadays that you got to walk an hour and 40 minutes to practice, and an hour and 40 minutes
heat.
back.
It was hot.
Right? In Puerto Rico, in the summer, in the winter. Now, if I'm not mistaken, some parts of Puerto Rico is not the safest.
No.
All right?
You should see a
No,
little
no.
area that I was walking.
Right, but
It was-
okay, let's be real. Was it a safe area there? You knowing now, not then. Would you recommend a young? How old are you when you started?
I want to say like 22.
Young 22 nowadays. Would you thinking about it now? All right, knowing what you know now, you would be like, this kid's crazy.
When my mom saw what I was getting into at night, because like I said, she wanted me to take it. She was training. She
Yeah.
told me, "You walk." And it was like a 7-minute area that there was no light, no nothing, a bunch of bushes.
Yeah.
My mom told me, "And you walk here every single night." I'm like, "Mom, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't have a car, so what else? I don't want you also bringing me back and forth because something that I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to bother you."
Yeah.
My mom told me, "You are crazy, but I respect it." And until this day, my mom always told me, he said his mind, he wanted to do it, and he did it because even though right now, a lot of these kids complain, and some of them told me, "Oh, why you don't come a lot of time to practice?" Guys, I live from the training center an hour. And when I told people, yeah, because I live an hour away, I don't live like 5 minutes like you guys. "Oh, you get out of here?" I'm like, "Yeah, before getting out of work, I go to the gym 2 hours, then I drive an hour over here, train, and they go back so I can wake up early tomorrow and do it all over again." They understand now when they don't see me because, first of all, the bridge over here for Providence is not very good right now, so it's longer than usual. Until this day, I've been in the business a lot of times, a lot of years. I mean, still making
How long?
sacrifice.
Tell us how long.
No,
How long?
how long?
How long you been in the business?
Oh my God, I want to say
Like
like
the first time you stepped through the.
for the first time, I want to say 16 or 17 years. I want to say.
17 years. All right.
And until this day, I respect the business. And like I said, I've been in the business 17 years. You can tell me that, yes, I say hi to everybody. I even stay quiet when you guys are training, practicing. Stay quiet, listen, because that's the respect we have to show you guys. Our training, taking time over here to show us until this day. Because wrestling is like the medicine. Every single day you learn something new. Like medicine, there's a new medicine coming in, something that doesn't work, they take it out. The doctors always learn every single day. That's how wrestling is.
Yeah.
Every single day we learn something new from wrestling. We take stuff that we don't want. We take stuff that we want. Like, I treat this like the medicine. Every day we learn something new from here. I come, I listen. Even in the locker room, I see a lot of kids come, cock and everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that doesn't seem very well. I still quiet. I talk, when I feel comfortable, I talk a little, but still, I stay quiet, listen, because I like to listen to stories. I like to listen what everybody have to bring, because even though it's a new guy, he can have an idea that I like. I'm like, I like that. A veteran comes, oh, I like this. I like to listen and learn. I feel like a sponge in this business. I like to learn about this business every single day.
Well, something that's amazes me too, because I think when some people go to wrestling school, they think that in like traditional school, you have different grades, different levels, different subjects, and they think once they learn it, well, I don't have to do it again. And in this business, you're learning. I'm going to quote a Wagner Brown: "You're learning, you're relearning." It is, and that's in this business, and I call it sandpapering.
Yeah,
Because you're taking something and you're making it better. You're making it finer, and you're cleaning. You're cleaning the good, you're cleaning the bad, getting a different perspective. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of young kids forget about, that is everybody has an opinion.
Yep.
And especially in this business, my opinion could be different than someone else's opinion. And especially when the guy's been working for various promotions, you got to find out what they want. And I always tell there's a lot of right ways and there's a lot of wrong ways. And our job is to differentiate, especially at the beginning. This is the way that we're doing it. It's not the only way, but right now this is the only way you're gonna be doing it. And all it comes down to safety. A lot of people forget about that. They get so, and I see when guys have gone on tryouts and they're like, well, we have people that somebody's come from another school, or they've been in the business for a while, and then they go, well, oh, that's wrong. And you ask, why is that wrong? Like, well, my trainer told me this way.
I heard a lot of that.
And you think what you're learning is always correct. And some days you do. Some days I have no problem if something is good and safe, but if it's not good, if it's not safe, it's a little bit different. And some days that's a maturity in this business. Some days you gotta know when to zip it, when to listen, and when to absorb. Because no matter what level you're at, you gotta learn and you gotta get better.
I heard a lot about that when people say, oh, that's not what they told me. I understand, but there's a certain way. They taught me a bunch of stuff back in Puerto Rico. When I transitioned over here,
Tell us, Esther, how'd you get here?
funny,
Not to travel, but what's the story? How old are you? And what prompted you to come to the States?
first of all, I was 29 years old when I came to the States. I came because back in Puerto Rico, like I said, I have a bachelor's degree. I was looking for jobs, and it was very hard to find jobs over there. So my daughter's mom told me, hey, my first option was Florida. Try. Very hard, a lot of obstacles. Then my daughter's mom told me, hey, we can go back when I used to live in Massachusetts. I'm like, all right. She told me that's one problem. It's cold. And I told her, I hate the heat because I don't like being hot. She told me, oh, it's very different. There's cold and there's like freezing below 1. I'm like, hey, if it's gonna be for our benefit.
I want to say it's freezing below 1 around here. It's a little cold some days, but.
But that's the way she presented me at the moment.
What, and you still wanted it?
Yeah, because
Oh, all right.
like I said, if it was gonna benefit me and her at that moment, we were together, because we wanted to build a family. I'm like, let's go for it.
Well, why not?
I applied for jobs and everything. I came like that, because my mom always told me, if you try and doesn't go the way you want, it's because they have other plans for you. And when she told me that, in less than 2 weeks, they found me a job, they found me a place to stay and everything. So I decided to go. I'm like, let's go for it. It was like a cold shower when I told my mom, so I'm leaving. She said, where you going? You going out? I'm like, I'm leaving next Monday. I'm going to the States, I'm going to Massachusetts. I never saw my mom wanted to cry and hold it on phone, because he was like, so you're leaving, like out of nowhere. She said, you okay? What's going on? I'm like, no, mom, they found me a job. And so I came over here, and I was not in the wrestling business for 3 years. Because like I said, at the moment I wanted to build a family. I didn't know nothing. I was working like 12 hours a day. And one time I saw this company, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm not gonna say it.
No, you can. Free plugs.
And like I said, nothing against them. Nothing against them, the opposite.
And we've always said we like the truth. Some people can't handle the truth. So you can name drop all you want, tell the company the good, bad.
No, I have nothing. Like I said,
because it's your interpretation.
like I said, I'm not the opposite.
So,
I'm very grateful with that company. One day I was at my house, and on social media I show up House of Bricks. So I was like, oh, it's near like 5 minutes away from my house.
Perfect.
I told my daughter's mom, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the show. I'm just gonna watch and talk to somebody. So, because it was 3 years, and I was like, I miss wrestling, because wrestling for me is an addiction. I never smoke, I never drink in my life. I always been like they call over here straight edge. And like I said, I hang out in bars, I have everything, but never drink, never smoke, because never was what for me. So wrestling is my only addiction. I love wrestling, that's my passion. I wake up watching wrestling, I think about wrestling, everything about wrestling, because it's something that I love. So I went to that promotion, House of Bricks, and I remember the first person that I talked to, and he came to me like, I'm like, hey, my name is Alex, I've been in the business so. It was Steven Lust. And he told me, are you working? I'm like, yeah, I work in Puerto Rico, just looking for a place. He gave me just 1 second. He came back, he came with Mr. Bricks, and he said, hey, his name is Alex, he just wanted like a shot, blah, blah, blah. And I talked to Brick Baker, and he was like, so come to practice on Monday, and we talk about a kid. So I went to practice. Like I said, I was very excited because I was out of the ring for 3 years. And like I said, yes, I know the wrestling business, but you still have to go to practice.
Right.
Because practice makes perfection. So I could have been like, no, I want to wrestle. No,
So how was that? So you walked through the doors,
I paid the ticket and everything to
Right.
watch the show.
all right? Well, was that your first USND show you ever went to?
Yes.
How did that differ from what you were doing down in Puerto Rico 3 years ago? Between style-wise,
It was
crowd-wise? Do you think the crowd was tamed? It's like no one's throwing batteries or pee at anybody, so.
It was weird because it was like a very decent crowd. They boo, they cheer, but I didn't see any bottles of water, any rocks, anything. They were well behaved.
Mhm.
They hated it, but with respect, let's put it that way. There was a very well behaved crowd, and I was like, I feel safe around here. So this is cool. I feel safe. So I enjoyed the show. There was a pretty good show. I saw the character very different from Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico, you're used of this type of characters over here, different type of character. It's gonna sound weird, like it's the same but different.
Mhm.
Different because another state, another rules, all that kind of stuff. Same because same rim and everything, but it was safer. Let's put it that way. It was safer and more security wise, so it was pretty good. So I paid the tickets. I watched the whole show. And as soon as I saw the opportunity, I went for it because that was one of my biggest problems. I used to saw opportunities and never went for it. I learned if you don't take those opportunities, those chances, then we're gonna go back to you. So I saw that person, and he was a heel, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be a character. It's gonna be kind of a douche. I'm like, let's just go for it. I'm like, hey, excuse me, my name is Alex. I'm in the business, blah blah. And Steven Loss was very professional, and he would tell me, hey, this is my number, this is my Instagram, just in case you get lost, just text me, and I can give you the address and redirect you. I finished watching and it was a pretty good show. So that Monday came, I went to practice, like I said. It was another hour driving, because it was in Pawtucket, so it was another hour that I drove. But all these places can never be like 5 minutes from my house. They're always like far away, Jesus Christ. I need there's one closer, but anyway.
Well, there are some availabilities in Wasaka right now. I'll be happy to hook you up if you want.
I'm good in my place. I love my showcase promotion. So, so I went there, and there was another person that I met, and it's funny how the wrestling business goes, because you have two families in the wrestling business. You have your actual families and the people that are your wrestling family. So I remember this kid that I brought one time over here, then he left. And I was in the parking lot waiting because, like I said, I don't know a lot of the people at the moment from the States. So I was trying to get to know everybody, know who people were. So I asked this kid, hey, I'm looking for this place to wrestle, blah, blah. Kid, kind of arrogant. Are you a wrestler? I'm like, oh, this kid's going to give me attitude. I'm like, yeah, I'm a wrestler. Are you a wrestler? Yeah, I'm a wrestler. I'm like, you weigh like 100 pounds. I was like, anyways, I'm like, yeah, I'm a wrestler. So the kid kind of cocky. Somebody told me, that's going to be your friend. I'm like, I just want to smack him because he was being kind of cocky. I was like, no, hey, good afternoon, blah, blah. And I want to show to this day, I'm one of my good friends from the business. So I want to say, hot shot, I love you. At the beginning, I wanted to smack you, but that's another story that I had with that kid. So I went over there. And like I said, there was a bunch of new guys that were starting, and I already have all my years of experience. But still, even though I have more experience than a lot of those people, I still went quiet, say hi to everybody, sit down and listen. Because when you go to a classroom, you don't tell the teacher what to do. No, the teacher tell you and show you what it is. So I went there and they asked me, hey, how long have you been in the business? So and so. Oh, so you know what to do? I'm like, yeah, but I'm here to learn what you're going to teach me, because I'm here to learn. The same way that I come to showcase, yes, sometimes I'm afraid to tell one of these kids, hey, can you do this? Can you change that? So I don't know how they're going to take it, but I also like to learn. I sit down, stay quiet, put my hands, and just listen what you got to say, because I like learning, especially this business, and what you guys can teach me, I will take it. How many times you and Vega will, hey, kid, like, over here we do it this way. Oh, okay. I don't come to you and tell you, oh, Chris, that's not what I can teach. No. You show me that, oh, thank you, Chris, I appreciate it. Or if I do something wrong, hey, I apologize, my bad. I'm gonna get it right the next time. Reach you sometime. Hey, Papi, I know in Puerto Rico you do it this way. over here, and that's very old school. The new way to do it is this way. Okay, Richie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Until this day, on Wednesdays, I learned also from Kenny. Kenny also come over here. Hey, you do this, you do this. Even though I have 17 years in the business, still learn. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm grateful because they taking time to teach me. I'm grateful for that. Everything you can teach me, I will love it. So I went there to House of Bricks. Even though I know what I was doing, they had a few shows and they told me, kid, we have a show this day. You can come and see. You're not gonna wrestle yet. I didn't argue. What did I tell them? Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I will be at the show. Even though I was practicing, I paid my ticket, went down, saw the show, and I was like, ooh, soon enough I'm gonna be there. But when time is right, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I should be here and more. No. On the second show, he told me, hey, do you have a gear? I'm like, yeah, I have my gear. Okay, next show, we're gonna be on it. So I remember it was a tag team match. It was me and Shay Cash against Middlesex Express. Great match. I was nervous because after almost 3.5 years without being in the ring, you know the same way that I get behind the curtain that my heart goes like 100, same feeling I have. And after that, I was in the House of Brick for a year, and I was like one of the latest 3 that have the World Heavy title from him. Because after that, 2 people had that, and then the company closed. But thanks to that, I learned a lot from Baker. Baker, I appreciate it. He was one of the person that helped me again, if that's the word. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like, try to like help me again, get into the business, get in shape and everything. And sometimes he sit me down like, hey kids, like talk to me a lot about how you do stuff. And we have a great conversation. And until this day, I have nothing for love and respect for that guy. After that, he closed the company and COVID hits. COVID hits, and once again, it was a 1.5 or 2 that I did not do nothing. Because like I said, I don't know a lot from over here. Even though I've been like 9 years living over here, I still learn about places to go, places to wrestle. So can it be done at 1.0? Before that, let me go back to House of Bricks. That kid, Hotshot and I, you guys can look it up online. We did the first, I don't know how long that company was, but the first ladder match we did, it was me and Hotshot. And I never done a ladder match. It was a he. So I was nervous, because like I said, it was a huge ladder.
I can promise you I won't watch it. I'm not a big fan of ladder matches. We will share the link. You know, we'll share a couple links when this post, but yeah, I promise you I won't watch it.
It was a short match, but the reaction from the crowd, and one of the big spots with it was 2 big spots with it. I have to take my hat off to that kid. That kid, let's say it's like 100 pounds, but that kid have the heart for this business. Like, pretty good kid. I did a Falcon Arrow on the ladder. Kid took it like a champ. Then we did a suplex from that ladder. Like I said, it's not a regular ladder. That ladder was long. And I was like, once I was up, I'm like, we're up over here, there's one way to go down.
That is true.
And there was a great match. That's one of the, and even though Kenny B. Dunn always talked to me because he was like part of that match, he said, kid, that was one of the greatest matches of House of Bricks. It was a pretty good match, pretty ladder match. Like I said, it was not a long ladder match, but it was like he told me, you give the crowd what they wanted. The outcome of the match was not what I expected. I lost the match because of Kenny B. Dunn, but still, Kenny B. Dunn also played a very big part in my life, because when, like I said, company closed, COVID came, so House of Brick was the only place that I knew. Kenny B. Dunn told me, hey, Pete from UFO gonna have a show after 1.5 years, me not being in the business, so he told me, hey, you want to go? I can manage you. I'm like, okay. Like I said, bunch of new person, veterans over there. Say hi to everybody, stay quiet. I just went for a rumble. I was saying, just a rumble, and let me take a shot. From that, I don't remember the name of the referee. You know who it is because he have come to the Puerto Rican festival. I really don't remember his name. He came to the Puerto Rican festival. He referee and Rich, you know who it is.
Talk about Q. What does he look like?
It's like a white kid, black hair. He had come to the two Puerto Rican festivals. Honestly, I don't remember his name. I apologize, bro.
I can look at it. Who was it? It could have been Q. Zach.
I want to say Zach.
Zach Cotter.
I want to say.
Or was it Frank's kid?
No. It was like 5'11" kid. At the moment, I have like long hair over here. Richie will tell you who it is. Cause
I'm thinking it's Zach Cotter.
I want to say Zach. Bro, I apologize. Great guy, but I'm
You
very
shall
bad with names.
find out.
Yes. So he came to me. He was like, "Oh, like good work and everything. Blah blah blah. You work your character. You work everything. Do you know who Don Vega is?"
Why do you ask that?
What?
Do you think he looked like him or something?
I think so. I think it's because the Puerto Rican we look alike. I look way better, Vega. So he came to, you know, Don Vegas. I'm like, no, like I don't. This is the first time I come to this company.
Yeah.
I'm from Puerto Rico. I barely know people over here, and he told me, oh, this is Facebook. Just send them a text and tell them that I send you.
Yeah.
So he can hook you up. I'm like, oh, appreciate it so much. That same day, I send that text to Vega. Hey, my name is Alex. So I've been in the business in a few matches, and I'm never gonna forget Vega respond. Meet me this day. Bring your gear. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. I have a shot over here. Another company. That's good. I went, like I said, sit down, quiet, say hi to everybody, warm up. I met Vega, blah, blah, blah. Vega's like, you're gonna wrestle me. I'm like, okay. In my head, I was like, let me study, because I have a feeling that he's gonna put me against him. Mm-hmm. So I look at some of the videos so I can study, blah, blah, blah. And Vega was like, not arrogant, because I don't want to say arrogant, kind of cocky. He goes, I'm injured in this leg. I have a big match with Savio Vega. Why you got, kid? All right, here's my shot to show him that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I talked to Vega, boom, boom,
So
boom,
that was
boom.
probably February then?
Yeah,
February,
it was
January, February.
January. Yep.
Was it us in Far River?
Yes.
See, if you asked me, I thought I met you the first time in Far River,
Yep, that was the first time.
but I was thinking that I just met you, but I can't recall you wrestling him that night.
Yep, I remember it was
It was Sukasa Mikasa.
Yep, it was in Fall River. I remember. And the first time I met you, said, oh, that's Blackheart, that's the owner. I'm like, oh, how are you? So nice to meet you. And I remember your first thing. I read a kid. I'm like, a little nervous. That's okay, don't worry about it. And I'm like, shoot, this is the boss over here. So I had to make a great impression on him.
Yeah.
So I talked to Vega, did the match, and I did the match. Let's put it this way. Around, he have a bad leg.
Mm-hmm.
He have a big match showing up. I want to show up, but also don't want to risk something that he have going on for him. So, hey, Vega, like, we can do this, we can do that, and talk to him and everything. It's like, okay, I like it, kid. I like it. All right. Didn't say nothing. Went to my locker room, boom, 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 did my stuff. And after that, I was like, we did the match. Vega was like very happy with it. Then he told me, I'm like, hey, if you need me. And Vega's like, can you come to practice? I'm like, sure. Okay, kid. Come to practice and we talk about it more. And to that, thanks to you, I remember when I'm back, I'm like, hey, sir, how you like it? I said, pretty good, kid. Pretty good. Not bad. Good job. Oh, okay. I don't know if you're being sarcastic at the moment. Now I know that's typical Blackheart, so.
I can't always give a lecture.
No, but that day you were running around doing business, doing a lot of stuff. Because even though he's the boss, he always running around doing stuff. So he's not the type of boss to just sit around and be like, you guys do this stuff. No.
Well, no, ironically, I always tell people, I'm not going to ask you to do something I wouldn't have done.
No, like I said, I respect that from you because I seen people that just do you do that, you do that,
Yeah.
you do that. No, I seen you like walk around, do this, do that, and I respect that. Like that day you were doing music, you were doing stuff, you went to see like the card and everything, right? You're gonna go here, blah blah blah. Like, I saw you busy. I'm like, all right. So I didn't I would say like, you like something, and you told me, yeah, good match, kid. I'm like, all right. So after that, I came over here, and honestly, thanks to Zach, I want to say Zach is named the referee. We'll find out.
We're gonna use Zach because I can't remember.
So thanks to Zach that he just told me to go to Vega, and honestly, like I've been with you guys almost 2.5 years, and it's amazing. Like I can't complain the way you guys have treated me over here, the way that you guys run the stuff. Like it feels like a family. Training is actually training, and if you guys doesn't seem something you don't like, you're not afraid to say it. Cause like I said, we don't come here to play. We don't here to joke around. Sometimes I like when you guys just sit us all down and just start talking about stories. Cause even though wrestling is a physical thing, stories are very important to hear, to listen, and that's we take a lot from the stories. All the stuff that they went through, all the stuff that they have to do to get in the business, all the knowledge and everything. Like I take that from you guys, and I appreciate those moments because, yeah, we can do a bunch of stuff, but just knowledge and stories that also helps a lot for us.
Well, I always feel like one of my jobs is to have the kids learn from mistakes so they don't make them. You know, and in wrestling, you can do a lot of mistakes.
Yep.
And if somebody doesn't tell you what the mistakes are, you don't know their mistakes. Some days it's not the intent, it's just the action.
Yep.
So doing something stupid is one thing, but a lot of times we try to prevent people from doing something stupid, or saying something, or thinking that is right, but it's actually the total wrong way to go about it.
And also, now you mentioned that, sometimes I don't want to seem across like, and until this day, nobody have mentioned it, but when they come to me with ideas of when they self-book themselves, I tell them that sounds good, or this doesn't sound good because A, B, C, D, E. They go, oh, okay, because this lately I've seen a lot of fantasy booking. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but okay, you want to go here, but how are you gonna get there? How are you gonna present that to the crowd? Because first of all, you're gonna come to the crowd and you're gonna come with whole booking in your head, but people are gonna be like, who are you? Sometimes they say stuff, they do stuff, and I'm like, yeah. To get to that level, you have to like start the role, create. Don't think because we know you, people are gonna know who you are. And I told them you have to build up. For me, every single match, even though we wrestle over a bunch of sides, we run in Taunton, I always try to do my entrance, my ring performance, and everything as a presentation card. Try to do best every single time. And every time I go to a match arena, I treat it like it can be 1 person, 10 person, 100 person, 1,000 person. I always gonna give my everything, no matter what the outcome. Because even though it's only 1 person, that person gonna tell another person. They're gonna come. Those 2 persons are gonna go to other 2 persons. It's gonna be 4. The more people that are involved, the better. And no matter, like I said, it's 1 person, 10 person, 100 person. I will put my complete gear. I would try to do the best I can. Because like I said, it's something that I love, and that person paid the hard money just to come and see us. I'm gonna give that person all that I have just so they can say, hey, it was only me, but wow, those guys put on an amazing show for us. And that's something I want to tell the guys, because I heard a lot of the guys, oh, there's only like certain amount of people, there's certain amount of people. Okay, and what's the problem? I don't want to, no. It can be 10 people that we have. We're gonna give a show to those 10 people. Oh, there's 100 people. I don't care, it can be 100,000. My performance, I'll always try to do the same thing. Give the best entertainment that I have, give it my all. And even though sometimes I'm like injured, because not gonna lie, sometimes I come over here with a shoulder bothering me, knee problem, because I remember I injured my knee already 2 times. I try to do the physical therapy as much fast as I can, because I miss this business when I'm not doing it. I love coming over here, and especially lately, my daughter is 7. She has gone to, it's funny, when I go to Taunton, when I go over here, most of the people ask me, what's your daughter? And I'm like, fans and everything, people that I don't know. They come to, what's your daughter? I'm like, she's good, but I'm the talent over here. Oh, we miss your daughter. I'm like,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah, but I'm the talent over here. But not for nothing, I love when people talk about my daughter because she's one of my biggest supporters. She's my fuel. She's the reason I continue to do this. And when I get injured, you should see have a picture of her. When I injure my knee, she give me massage. She go, oh, papi, let me bring you ice over here. She put it on my knee. I hope you get better. She helped me and everything. And every time I wrestle and I see her on the crowd just cheering for me, that's like my boost, my energy. And I remember one day I forgot to go over there because every time we lose or draw, my daughter always expect me to go to the crowd and give her a hug. She came to me one day and taunted. She's like, I'm mad at you. I'm like, why? You didn't went to me and give me a hug, Papi. I'm like, my bad. Yeah. So I was like, oh, so she expect me to do okay. But she's my biggest supporter. A lot of people know her. And I'm telling you, she's the one that always keep me like going forward. Sometimes I'm tired from work. And she goes, are we going to go work out? Because sometimes.
Perfect.
She told me, are we going to work out? I'm like, Mom, I'm tired. Well, I want you to go work out. I'm like, one day I remember I lost, and she goes, you see, Papa, you need to work out more. I'm like, you know what, Selena? I really do have to work out. Papa, you need to do this because you lost. I'm like, yeah, mi amor. So she kept me motivated to go to the gym, to go to practice, go to everything. And even though she's 7, she's a smart little kid. I'm telling you, she's the one that want to keep me in this meeting for a long time because I think, like I said, I never wanted to show my daughter the business because I wanted her to be home. Her mom, one day when she came to my house, I'm like, hey, why she have like wrestling toys? Oh, something you guys can bond because she saw it and she's like, oh, mommy, look, like Papi.
Yeah.
So her mom started getting into the business and right now she's very involved in the business. So I think that run for her veins too.
They're either gonna love it or hate it, based on their age and what they're doing.
Yep. And I want to say she's gonna love it like me because right now we play sometimes in my house and my daughter's like a half and a half. Tomboy / girly. She like the dresses. She like makeup. She like all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, she like basketball, wrestling. Let's play with dirt. I'm fixing something. Oh, let me help you fix up everything. Like she's the best of both worlds over here. I can't complain about her. She's, and I think soon enough when the age is right, I think she's gonna say, Papi, I want to go into the business, and I'm not gonna say no. I just want her to make her own step, go her own path, and if she can be better than me, that's my goal.
Well, I think as a parent, we always want our kids to have a better life, better job, make more money, you know, also be happier,
Yeah.
you know, than we were.
And it's funny because me as a parent, my mom and my dad told me, like, especially my mom always told me, if you can be better than me, that's my biggest goal. That's the thing that I told my daughter. If you can be better than me in a lot of stuff, that's gonna be. But I've seen parents also that their kids cannot be better than them because they see them as a threat. If I see my daughter being better than me in everything, that's for me the biggest win right there. That's the biggest win right here. And also I told these kids lately, don't, because I see also a lot of kids, oh, I want to be like this guy, I want to be like that guy. And I told them, why be the next one when you can be the first one? I see a lot of people, oh,
Yep.
I want to be the next this fire. I'm going to be, no. I always tell people, yes, I have people that I idolize. I have people that I'm a fan of. I have dream matches, but I always tell people, I don't want to be the next, by say, Rock, the next Cody. No. I want to be the first Alexraided. That's going to be the biggest thing that I want to do in this business.
No, and that's hard too. And I recently had conversations with the kids about that. Is be the best you, not the best copy. Fill in the blank. And some days they look at you like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, don't play a part, be the part.
Yep.
You know, and you can only be the best you.
No, and like I said, I sometimes hear them, and like I said, I was in one point like that, but I started young saying, oh yeah, I would like to be like that, I would like to be that, but then I'm like, no, I want to be the first me. I want people to be like, oh, I like to be like that one day, because I I can idolize this person. Oh, I'm a fan of this one, but at the end of the day, they're already made. They're already stars. I want to be my own. No matter if how long I've been in this business, I want people to remember Alexraided, the guy that went to the ring, gave it all, gave us a great show. At the end of the day, we saw Alexraided. We don't saw a copycat of this person or, oh, look, he's doing this thing, like, oh, he's imitating. No. I want to be the first Alexraided on this business.
Well, that being said, Alex, when people can find you, how can they find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram under Alexraided. It's AlexRaided. Instagram, Facebook. You're gonna see all the posts, all the matches we're coming up, all the videos. I'm gonna start making more videos about the life of a wrestler, because people think just go to the thing. No, gonna record training, gonna record this, so people know that it's not easy to be a wrestler, because if you can be a wrestler, anybody can do it, but just the discipline, all the things that sacrifice you have to make, all the things you have to miss just to be in this business. You can find me once again, Alexraided, Puerto Rico Most Wanted, one half of the tag team champion. Blackheart, thank you for giving me a spot here on Showcase Promotion. To Vega and all the guys, like, we are here to stay.
It is. This is probably one most open that we've had a conversation with. Literally finding out from the ground up from when you were a kid. So with that being said, Alex, I think the fans found out more. Not that they dislike you. I think it was a pretty good interview.
Thank you.
I even like you a little bit more today. Well, with that being said, all of our upcoming events, you can visit us at showcaseprowrestling.com, SP Wrestling. Next event we have here at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Arena is Saturday, July 20th. The bell time was 7:07. You can also visit some of our partner promotions over at RCW Wrestling, Royal Crown Wrestling. Powerhouse Wrestling is coming back in the fall. And also tickets coming on sale for coming back to Franklin, which is Saturday night, July 17th.
Yep.
Again, for always training, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 6:30 to 9:30 with myself, Don Vega, and Coach Ken. With that being said, we thank you for joining us on the Showcase Pod. We will catch you next week.
Remember to hit that follow button and don't miss this podcast and our YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to our friends. We love you. Blackheart, thank you so much.